Hi everyone, my name is Brennan and welcome to
Brennan's Crafty Corner.
Hi everyone, my name is Brennan and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm not filming a headshot intro today, so I'm sorry about that. But I am super excited to be working with the new-ish, because this video is a little later than expected, Hyacinth Stamp Set and Coordinating Die set from Newton's Nook. I absolutely love Newton's Nook, and whenever Jen, the owner, asks if I want a guest design, the answer is always yes. When I saw this stamp come out, I'm like, OMG, because hyacinth is my favorite flower, believe it or not. I unfortunately don't have any growing in my house or in my backyard because I always forget to plant the bulbs every year and then I'm like, oh, well, it's too late. But my neighbors grow them, so I get to admire theirs. But today we're going to be doing kind of a faux emboss resist ink blending technique. You'll see why it's faux in a minute. You can totally just do it the normal way and you'll see why also in a second. So without further ado, let's get into this video. But a quick note, these two Newton's Nooks products were sent to me free of charge, as I am doing this as a guest design, and that is sort of the nature of it. But let's get into this video because I really like how this card came out. It's fairly unique. Okay, so I have a piece of pattern paper here that is essentially a faux ink blend. That's why I'm saying this is a faux emboss resist technique, because I'm not actually ink blending per se, but it will look like I did. I just didn't want to ink blend this because I didn't know exactly how many panels I'd have to do, and since this is 6x6, I thought it would work better and ensure that I have enough flowers to cover a panel of an A2 card. So I am just going to go in here with my anti-static powder and cover the entire sheet in that so we don't get any excess embossing powder doing anything crazy. I think we are good there now. So I'm going to take my Wow embossing ink and I am just going to ink up this hyacinth stamp, which I have on acrylic block. That's probably good. And then I'm just going to stamp it all over this. So I was only actually able to fit 4 flowers on here. I may have been able to squeeze in a 5th, but I didn't want to risk it. So I'm just going to dump the powder on here, and I have another sheet of this paper, so I'll just do it again. So if you're doing this technique, I would say ink blend a 6x6 piece of paper and do 2 of the ink blends. You might want to probably do 3 card panels then, I would assume, maybe. That math probably isn't mathing, but you know, we're trying out here. Okay, so I can put these off to the side and heat them up. I'm just going to do this one more time off camera. Okay, so now that I have my 8 hyacinths stamped out, embossed, I can now use that coordinating die to cut them all out. I only ended up cutting out 5 because that's all I really needed to cover the panel because I was doing it and I was like, oh. So you know what? I want a little overkill. It's better to go overkill than underkill. You want to have enough. You want to have enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these up on this Rainforest cardstock panel from Concord and Ninth. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, the size of an A2 card base. And I'm just going to end up laying them out something like this, you know, to cover most of the panel. Okay, obviously not like that, exactly like that, something similar. But what I want to do first is I want to go in with this Serene stripes stencil, also from Newton's Nook, and I'm just going to do a little bit of ink blending. I'm not going to do the whole thing, it will just be like patches almost. Okay, so I have my Serene stripes stencil as well as that paper cardstock on the back, and then I have some Deck the Halls ink from Catherine Pooler, which will show up nicely. And I'm just going to ink blend in a couple of areas. I don't want, actually, you know what? No, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it like fade in from the edges. So the center isn't going to have any of the ink, and that's how I want it. And I think that's about good. So we're going to remove that. Bam, exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Our panel's done, our hyacinths are done. So now it's time to just kind of lay these out. Just want to cover most of the panel with it, or basically as much of the panel as possible. And then we'll pop these up with either some foam tape or just some like fun foam. I'll probably end up using foam tape because we'll be a lot to run my die cutting machine another 5 times. We've already done it 5 times, so that will be 10 times for this card, which is a little high if you ask me. I'm liking how this layout is, and I think this is what I'm going to go with. So now I'm just going to grab some foam tape and start popping these up one by one. And there we go. Everything is all taped down with that foam tape. So what I'm going to do now is just go around the edges and cut off any excess overhang. And there we go. Our card is basically done. I don't actually, you know what? Ooh, okay. I think I like it the most. Yeah, like this. I'm not even gonna add a sentiment to it. I just feel like this is a really fun, nice layout that I'd rather leave blank for now and maybe add a sentiment later, just because then I can customize it if I need a happy birthday card, if I need a thinking of you, sympathy, whatever, 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 I can use it for that. So I could probably put a sentiment here or here, here or here. There's a lot of space for that. But I'm not going to right now. So I'm just gonna glue this to a card base and then we would be done. So off camera, I just did the craziest, most intensive and technical step ever. I added the card front to a card base, so our card is done and I love how it came out. You could totally ink blend this, or if you have pattern paper you want to use, or a background you already have. And I love how these hyacinths look. And yeah, you could just ink blend or honestly do whatever. This is kind of a spin on that Emboss Resist that I love to do, and I really, really love how this card came out, especially how well the colors work off that really dark background. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and like the products you see, I will link them all down below as well as to the Newton's Nook store. Thank you, Jen, once again for letting me guest design. I've guest designed for Newton's Nook a bunch of times, and I absolutely love it, so thank you for asking me back again, because, you know, I had so much fun doing it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you, Jen. I hope everyone has an amazing rest of your day, and bye, everyone! Happy crafting!